Is the church of Yahuwah or of man? What does the scripture say? First, let us remember Paul was a Pharisee. The modern church resembles the synagogues of the Pharisees, and this is how. The synagogue were Roman institutions, first off. They had an office of elders. This is a true saying. If a man desires the office of an elder, he desires a good work. According to Yahuwah, an elder is one of age. And Yahuwah said unto Musa, Gather unto me 70 men of the elders of Yasharel, whom you know to be the elders of the people, and officers over them, and bring them unto the tabernacle of the assembly, that they may stand there with you. Paul calls for bishops or overseers, depending on the version you're reading from, deacons, and evangelists. But Yahuwah called for elders, heads of tribes, judges, and officers. And Yahusha gathered all the tribes of Yasharel to Shechem, and called for the elders of Yasharel, and for their heads, and for their judges, and for their officers, and they presented themselves before Elul. Yahuwah said not to add to his word, and by Paul adding the synagogue system, he's done just that. For I testify unto every man that hears the words of the prophecy of this Sefer. If any man shall add unto these things, Elul shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this Sefer. Paul added a whole church system, and Paul will receive of those plagues. Paul added deacons, something Yahuwah never called for. And let these also first be proved. Then let them use the office of a deacon, being found blameless. He called for bishops or overseers, something that Yahuwah never called for. This is a true saying. If a man desire the office of a bishop, he desire a good work. Paul called for evangelists, something Yahuwah never called for. Watch in all things, endure afflictions, do the work of an evangelist, make full proof of your ministry. The only office Yahuwah called for was the priestly office. And I will Kadash the tabernacle of the assembly and the altar, and I will Kadash also both Aaron and his sons to minister to me in the priest's office. Yahuwah called for a tabernacle, not synagogues. And let them make me a sanctuary, that I may dwell among them, according to all that I show you, after the pattern of the tabernacle and the pattern of all the instruments thereof, even so shall ye make it. And I will set my tabernacle among you, and my soul shall not abhor you. Their brethren also, the Leviim, were appointed unto all manner of service of the tabernacle of the house of Elul. The synagogues are Roman structures. Now when he had ended all his sayings in the audience of the people, he entered into Capernaum, and a certain centurion's servant, who was dear unto him, was sick and ready to die. And when he heard of Yahusha, he sent unto him the elders of the Yahudim, beseeching him that he would come and heal his servant. And when they came to Yahusha, they besought him instantly, saying that he was worthy for whom he should do this, for he loves our nation, and he has built us a synagogue. A centurion was a Roman army officer in charge of about 100 soldiers. These synagogues were placed throughout the Yahudim to teach them of Rome's God. In them they performed water baptisms, first mentioned in Matthew chapter 3, something else Yahuwah never mentioned. We are called to seek living water. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns that can hold no water. These churches hold no water, which is why they perform these water baptisms, which are useless. O Yahuwah, the hope of Yasharel, all that forsake you shall be ashamed, and they that depart from me shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken Yahuwah, the fountain of living waters. He that believes on me, as the scriptures has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. But this spoke he of the Ruach, which they that believed on him should receive. For the Ruach HaKodesh was not yet given, because that Yahusha was not yet glorified. The only time dipping in water was mentioned in the Tanakh was for the Levitical priest. And Yahuwah spoke unto Musa, saying, You shall also make a laver of brass, and its foot also of brass, to wash withal. And you shall put it between the tabernacle of the assembly and the altar, and you shall put water therein. For Aaron and his sons shall wash their hands and their feet thereat. When they go into the tabernacle of the assembly, they shall wash with water, that they die not. Or when they come near to the altar to minister, to burn offering made by fire unto Yahuwah, so they shall wash their hands and their feet, that they die not. And there shall be a statute forever to them, even to him and to his seed throughout their generations. And for performing miracles such as Naaman being healed from leprosy. And Elisha sent a messenger unto him, saying, Go and wash in the Jordan 7 times, and your flesh shall come again to you, and you shall be clean. Water baptism was created by the Romans in the Council of Nicaea. Musa told us in Deuteronomy 8:3, and Yahusha told us in Matthew 4:4 that we should live by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of Yahuwah. Neither one of them said we should live by every word that proceeded out of the mouth of Paul or out of the mouth of your pastors, but out of the mouth of Yahuwah, which is found in the Tanakh, the Old Testament, which Christians seem to reject. We are told this because, just like Satan, Paul and your pastors mix lies with truths. For such are false apostles, deceitful workers, transforming themselves into apostles of Mashiach. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works.